And we have another call. I think it's on line 3. I think it was Dr. Smoke. I don't know. Yep, Dr. Smoke. So, Dr. Smoke.
This is Dr. Smoke.
How are you, Dr. Smoke? How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Who am I talking to today?
This is Supervisor Demler.
Supervisor, how are you doing tonight?
Good. So far, so good.
Okay.
He's one of the jets.
Barbecue, I understand.
Yes, matter of fact, we have Gregory, who spearheaded our national barbecue last year, and he is with us tonight. And I'm sure that if you have a question about the barbecue, or if you had a chance maybe last year to stop by, I'm sure you were pretty impressed. But go ahead. Whatever question you have, go ahead with it.
Well, we're just talking a little bit about the barbecue, and us at Smokin' Licious, we actually had a number 3 ingredient for good smoking with the wood product. And I didn't have much of a question. They were talking to me a little bit about the new regulations that are in effect by DEC and bringing a movement of wood. So
how you doing, Doc?
Bringing on some information that firewood or wood within New York State, Supervisor, you can't move over 50 miles.
Right.
Without a certificate of origin. And we were contacted to kind of explain to the people that these new regulations are there to really protect our forests. Mm-hmm. And part of the stuff that's done in New York State is to try to curtail the spread of the MLS boar and the Asian beetle. And that's what they're trying to accomplish.
Right, right.
Things. Our product that we have is phytosanitized, which is heat-treated sufficiently to a temperature to destroy any of these bugs. So our product is used in a lot of the barbecue competitions because teams can move around with our product to protect against any of the spread of these beetles into our forest and creating a lot of havoc.
Right.
Actually, if you go down, we went to an event down there, much like you have up in Wheatfield and down in the Catskills, and you can actually see part of the forest that have been decimated by these beetles and these insects.
Right.
And you go there, down in New Paltz there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're calling in to talk about the need for control, and people should self-regulate themselves, especially in the barbecue competitions, to not transporting wood over state lines or beyond a 50-mile radius.
Right. Yeah, that is a good point. Plus, in addition to that, which is probably one of the most important issues, it also would hopefully spark some interest in buying local anyway. You know, especially for the volume that I know we used various woods last year when we were doing it. It was a new experience for me last year. But Roy, maybe you have an add-on on that as well.
Well, Dr. Smoke was one of our sponsors last year. He actually sent his truck up from Olean to bring us parts for our gift bag. So we appreciate that immensely. What we're doing now is, because we can't use the wood like we used to do it with our stick burners, we're using charcoal baskets, and we're flavoring with wood with his product or similar, but his product seems to be superior. What we're doing is it's a more consistent and less overwhelming smoke flavor. It's a great product. Like I said, I've seen him down in Georgia. We've watched his demonstrations. We're trying to get him to come up here to ours this year. We don't know if it's happening. It depends on what his calendar is, but you know, it's a great product, great people, and he's got the excellent information for the DEC laws.
Actually, Roy, this is just in Supervisor. This is more of a U.S. situation, because most states right now have regulations in place, and USDA is one of the leaders in trying to get these around the country for the movement of firewood.
Right.
So it's not just New York State. It's all 48 continental states.
Yep.
Because a lot of the western states, which we ship to, they have inspections along the way that if you're not phytosanitized, your products won't continue on.
Right.
So it's not just New York. I mean, it's come to New York. It's really on the East Coast right now in the news, but it's been around the country for at least about 18 months.
Yeah, that is a good point, because I know we learned about it, I think, early last year in 2008 about the situation, and we were trying to help regulate and oversee some of the transport and stuff, even from our local, people cutting and doing wood products. So that is important. Maybe Roy, that would be a good idea if Dr. Smoke and other people who do, local people who can provide this sort of thing to the barbecue teams. That way it would, number one, cut down on cost for transporting, and number two, protect the environment as a result of it. Number three, support local business as well. Maybe we could put something like that or an informational piece on the websites along with the barbecue as well.
We can do that. Rob from the barbecue shop in the fall has been working with me on this. He's actually picking up some charcoal. We're going out to Rochester in a couple of weeks, pick up the Rochester, bring it back, or pick up the charcoal, and then we'll be plenty of Dr. Smoke's products down there, so it'll make it a little less easier for the teams. This way they don't have to pay the fuel charges either.
Right. Well, I think it's a good idea. So let's add that on. I appreciate the call, Doctor. We will definitely get on that, and I do appreciate the input and the insight as well.
You're welcome, Supervisor. Thanks again, Roy.
Thank you. Have a safe day.
Thank you.